Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a day at Buckswood School. Here, for example, behind us, we have a beautiful old building, a listed building from the 1600s, and we have a very, very special opening for you today in the form of the Buckswood Bagpipers and Drummers. Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, for I hear them coming now! So Buckswood is a global village on one campus. It is 3 schools in one. We have the junior school, the GCSEs, the A-levels and IB. We have on site here the sports facilities, the classrooms, the boarding houses. Everything is here, safe and accessible. Now, shall we look inside? A school is made of bricks and beams. Our school is made of love and dreams. So, we're inside the building now, and I'm going to creep around the school today, sneaking into classrooms, to show you what it's like to be at Buckswood, the Buckswood difference. Now, the first room we're going to is room 9 3/4, which is Form 1.
That we can make from...
In here we have real live Buckswood pupils. Have a look. Let's ask them what they like most about Buckswood.
Well, my favourite things are all my friends and football.
You have friends?
Yeah.
I really enjoy the riding facilities and the fact that everything is quite connected and everything is like a family.
The kindness and the education.
You get education here?
Yeah.
Maths.
What?
Maths.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like all the teachers, they're really nice. I like the football academy, maths and history here.
Shashi, do you like Buckswood?
Yes, I like.
Ethan, are you a troublemaker?
Yes.
Come with me. What can this be? The secret garden leading to the art department. Here we are in the art department, and Mrs. P is going to tell us a lot more about it.
Okay, here in the art department we do AQA, Art, Craft and Design A-level. That includes the titles of Fine Art, 3-dimensional design, textile design, which includes fashion, graphic communication and photography. Our students are very, very successful. We have a 100% A to C rate for the last 6 years, and our students go on to the top universities in the UK.
And here we have history. Here I am in the science block. We have physics, chemistry, biology and environmental studies, and indeed a palm tree. But what is going on in room 69? I think they're setting fire to the chemistry teacher. And here we have maths. We have a modern languages department. We teach, obviously, French, Spanish, German, Turkish, and, of course, Mandarin. Welcome to the Buckswood Sixth Form Study Centre and Library. This building, as you can see from behind, is so old that it was listed in the Domesday Book in the 11th century. Now, the room is used for private study. We don't have free periods at Buckswood because we think it's important to teach young people how to learn and study by themselves independently. without someone saying, no, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. So this is what the peace and calm atmosphere is all about in this wonderful room. Hello and welcome to TJ's, which is a study room and, more importantly, a coffee counter with cakes. Hi, could I have a cup of coffee, please? Ah, people.
Well, there are 4 academic houses in the school, and each one of us is in charge.
At Buckswood, we have a lot of activities, and we talk about sports, culture, art, events, and we're here to make sure that everyone is involved and feels part of what we call the Buckswood family.
Our role is to make sure there is good communication between student and staff.
And we are the role models for the younger students.
What I like the most is that even though I'm thousands of miles away from home, it still feels like home here. I feel like I have my family right here. All the support I receive, not only from my peers but from the school, is amazing.
I like the internationalism and having friends from all over the world and having the opportunity to travel the world just by walking around the school.
Well, the fact is, I love it at Buckswood.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on Buckswood's AstroTurf all-weather pitch. They play football, they play hockey, they play tennis, they play, as I understand it, touch rugby, whatever that is. But of course, I have always been a fine sportsman. I know, for example, that this is not a rugby ball. And here's Trevor. Trevor, tell us about the Buckswood Football Academy's latest triumphs.
Well, in the last 4 to 5 years, we've managed to produce 12 players who have gone on to play professional football at various clubs around the world. And just recently, we managed to win the under-16 national competition as well, which we're really proud of.
Fantastic.
So everything looks good at the moment for the Football Academy, and we hope that there'll be more success in the future.
So if you have a footballing child of any gender, Buckswood is your place. And welcome to the Buckswood Equestrian Centre, or riding school. We have sand school, cross-country, jumps, polo available, and horses galore. We have today Tilly on a horse. Let's go and see her. So Tilly, how long have you been riding?
For like 1 year and 6 months.
And could you ride before you came to Buckswood?
Yes, yeah.
And what's the name of this horse?
Dave.
Dave the horse.
Yes, Dave the horse.
Dave, smile to camera. Welcome to the Buckswood gym. Now, obviously, health and safety is very, very important, so I've had my half-hour training session on how to use these machines properly. But after all, health and safety is paramount, but fitness is also very, very important, even for someone as young and lovely as I am. And I can now tell you that I am going at 300,000 miles an hour at the machine. So here we are in the middle of Buckswood's sports pitches. We have in the distance an observatory, the old building, 3 school buses, you may have seen them around the place, roaring up and down the countryside, and rugby. We have girls rugby, we have boys rugby. And I don't know whether they have mixed rugby or not. Let us ask Kit, the coach. And here we have Mr. Kit Clawton, who is head of rugby, and he also teaches English as a second language. Mr. Clawton, may I ask, do you do mixed rugby?
We do, but touch rugby. So obviously when we get the contact, they have to be separated, but touch rugby can be mixed, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me about some recent triumphs.
Well, last year, our first team played 10 games and lost 1. And 2 years ago, we were unbeaten. We play rugby all through the age groups. And we're getting a girls team as well. So, yeah, we play a number of fixtures, and we've been quite successful recently. We've had a couple of boys represent the county, a few international players, and one of our juniors play for Harlequins, which is one of the top London clubs.
Do you know what? I'll tell you something. I scored, what do they call it, a try? A try!
Yep.
I scored a try in rugby once when I was 12.
Fantastic.
At Buckswood, they say that every child has a talent, just got to find it. Now, some children might be keener on chess, and some might be keener on raising chickens. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the list of clubs at Buckswood. It goes from there all the way down to here. We have charity clubs, robotics clubs, web design, sports club, film festival club, chess club, more chess club and more film festival club, hundreds of clubs. Because at Buckswood, we do not like people to be sitting around listening to music, lying on a sofa, wondering what they're doing. That doesn't really happen. I've just come from the not-so-boring office. Now, I didn't know what that meant, but I do now. What it is if you want to progress in the world, you won't find a particular pigeonhole for yourself here. No niche. You have to carve your own niche. Now, in the not-so-boring office, what they do is they say, listen, if you want to go to university, maybe study finance or economics or business, then we'll send you to JP Morgan, to the London Academy of Trade, somewhere like that. We'll organise trips abroad, trips to London, trips to Hastings, anything. But this, if you want enhancement, if you want a bit of ambition sorted out in you, this is where you come. Here we are in the Buckswood dining room. The boarders are supplied with 3 meals a day, obviously, and the day pupils a good lunch. We have an internal catering company which supplies excellent food, and on special occasions, especially on Chinese Tuesdays, international food as well. One of the strong points of eating at Buckswood is to be taught how to eat correctly, with good manners and good dining etiquette. Because after all, in the business world outside, where do you make all the big deals? During lunch or dinner. So I hope now you are getting the idea of the Buckswood difference. It's about tradition and discipline, honour, respect and success. At Buckswood, we celebrate success. Look at all these trophies. There are trophies for academic work, for sport, for music, for art, for absolutely everything, including the Business Potato Challenge, and for the person who's looked after the school dog the best. So, achievement is rewarded. And here I am, seated on the grand throne of the Great Hall of Buckswood School. This is a wonderful space used for examinations, for celebrations, for debates, and above all, for public speaking. Your child will be taught to stand on a stage and speak to 200, 300 people with absolute confidence. And hanging on the walls are flags from every country represented by students from around the world. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming with us on this virtual tour of the school. We hope that you now have some insight into the Buckswood difference and hope very much to see you here soon.